Hi y'all, welcome back to Smash Po Boy. I'm Smash here, and today we're going to do a little roast beef debris po' boy, and it's a hats off to my buddy Dale at Dale's Barbecue. Go check him out. He's got a great little channel going. He asked me to do a roast beef debris po' boy, so that's what we're going to do. And it's also in honor of my dad. It's his old roast beef, garlic stuffed roast beef recipe that we're going to use to debris the beef. So take a look here. I've got 3.13 pounds, you can see right here, of boneless shoulder roast that I defrosted in the microwave. Didn't take too long. Now let's keep in mind, this is going to be a set it and forget it type of recipe. It's a little bit frozen in the middle, but it's good enough to stuff. The nice thing about this is, if you do have it frozen, you can put it right in a crock pot and do what I'm about to do to it without stuffing it, and you can forget it. Cook it. It's going to take a little longer to cook and defrost, but you'll have the same result. Okay, so what I've done here is I've taken about a head of garlic, and we're just going to take a nice sharp blade. I've sharpened it with my stone, and we're going to put little slits in it like that, and take your finger and stuff that garlic all the way in. And I kind of do it, the lines of the marbling of the meat along the shoulder, I'm kind of gonna go with that. So this will make a nice bit, and I'm going all the way through the meat. I don't know if you can see that. It's going to help it cook better. Juices are going to flow and get in there and help that meat tenderize. Stuffing that garlic way in there. Okay. And we're just going to do this all throughout the roast. It's a lot of garlic, y'all. I like it like that. A lot of people are not big garlic fans, so you don't need to stuff it. You can still do a roast beef debris po' boy, but this is what I grew up on, and it's so delicious. If you haven't had it and you don't mind lots of garlic, give it a shot. And we're just going to continue to stuff it all around. Sometimes you put your finger in there and spread out that hole a little more. There we go. Alright, now that we've got the shoulder roast all stuffed up with garlic, we're going to give it a little, this is little grinders, I love them. This is a lemon salt. So you can get a little extra flavor there. And I'm going to do a lot of salt, as you saw. I'll do some fresh cracked black pepper. Lots of pepper, lots of salt. This is a big hunking piece of meat. Very important to do that. It's going to cook for a long, long time. Another thing I didn't do was I did not trim the fat off. I want that fat for flavor in the meat, plus all that marbling come through. Even some of this ligament, you could take that off if you want, because that's going to provide not a whole lot of flavor, even though it's still good for you to eat. But I know you're going to think this is crazy, but I'm going to put some more garlic on it, granulated garlic. And now we're going to flip it and do the same thing. So I wanted to mention one thing, that a chuck roast was probably the best cut of meat. It's so fatty. It's going to make a really nice gravy. It's also going to cook in a little bit quicker time. These thicker shoulder roasts and rump roasts are going to take a lot longer to cook, but they still turn out delicious. This happened to be on sale, so that's what I got. The oregano that's going to go on next is from Greece. It's a little bit stronger. It's very aromatic, so we only do it on one side and just a little bit, but that's gonna add a nice herby flavor to the gravy at the end. You can see that. All right, we're gonna use a crock pot today to cook this. This porcelain really does hold the heat in. It's a nice set it, forget it deal, and it tenderizes it. So this kind of meal is fantastic if you've got the day to just cook this all day long. But man, is it delicious. So I'm gonna take, what is this, 600 milliliters of water or so, about 22 ounces of water. We'll put that in the bottom. And really just an inch of water will do it. I'm going to take some olive oil, extra virgin olive oil, and coat my shoulder roast. And that's going to help cooking process as the oil heats up. It's going to start to tenderize and seal that meat. Plus the creamy olive oil really does marry all this stuff together during that cooking process. And here we go, into the crock pot. Now stand by, we're going to put that on and let that cook, and we'll be back with you. Okay everybody, it's been about 2 hours cooking in the crock pot. Let's go ahead and take a look at it and baste the meat a little bit. Woohoo! If we had some smell-o-vision, you'd really smell all that garlic. See how the meat tightens up and pops that garlic out? That's fine. It's just gonna mix in the gravy. And the meat is cooking. It's still not as tender as we need it. That's okay. All we're gonna do now is flavor this gravy. We're gonna put a whole carrot in there. We're gonna go ahead and put a whole piece of celery. And I like red onion over white onion unless I'm trying to sweeten something, because it's got a little more nutritional value in it. The reason we're putting them in whole is so that we can get that flavor in there and then pull them out later. Okay, and then what we're gonna do is just one more thing before we button this up. We'll leave that open for a second. I got about a cup of water here. I got 2 tablespoons of flour here. And this is going to help us thicken up the gravy. And we're going to make like a beef stock. I don't have any more stock saved, but you could substitute some homemade chicken stock or anything you want instead, but we can do it good enough with beef bouillon. So I have a little immersion blender here, and get that a little mix. Right. And this is going to really make a nice thick gravy. Yum. One more little mix and we're going to put her back to bed for another couple hours. And hopefully be done.
Many hours later.
Hey everybody, so we're back and it's been about 3.5, 4 hours or so. If you look behind me, it is now dark. And what I want you to do is take a look at what we got. Voila! Here, take a good look at this roast. And I don't know if you can tell with the lighting, but the top of it has been kind of dark because I took that crock pot lid off and I let the liquid reduce down about 1/3 is all, just to thicken up my gravy and to kind of put, you can see that meat and it's going to just fall apart with the spoon. See that? I don't want to quite do that just yet. I want to fish out these vegetables. Grab a plate. Whew. If we had smell-o-vision, you'd be loving this because it really smells delicious. And everybody's starving to death right about now, so we got to get to it. And of course, we're going to eat these veggies on the side. They really flavor that gravy. don't have to get them all up, but most of them. Alright, y'all, I got these new bear claws, so I'm going to try and use them for the first time. Well, that was easy. Man, that made that nice and easy. Normally I'd be fishing that out with my big spoons. So now we're going to put the D in debris, and that means basically just like you would for pulled pork, we're going to shred this meat, and it just falls apart. I mean, you don't even need claws. You can see it just pulls apart. Oh, it smells so good. Meat. It's so good. All right, nice work, Bear Claws. Now I'm gonna go back in my gravy. Oh my goodness. That is what we call roast beef debris. Po' boy bread that's light and airy and fluffy. Good for the waistline, not very caloric. Cut you a nice little piece off here. Little Kara's Irish Gold. And a hot cast iron skillet. But basically just get your bread toasted. Alright, we're smoking. Not really worried about toasting the back so much, but give it that nice little crunch. Shut that off. Shoot, two ought to do it. Yum. Homemade pickles. Dill pickles. Oh, I hope they're still fresh. Let's find out. Listen for it. Woo! Love that. Look at that. Yum. Shoot, that'll do it. And I made some fresh mayo this morning. Use whatever mayo you like, of course. Do not be shy with mayonnaise on a roast beef po' boy. Do not be shy. Let me say that again. Do not be shy. Fantastic. I like to put my tomatoes on first. I'm just going to go ahead and throw that pickle on there like that. Ooh, look at that extra pickle. Kabam. And we'll just cut this up. A little fresh romaine lettuce. Iceberg is one of my favorites as well. Bada boom. Whew, I better get my plate ready. Put that right there. This is sloppy, y'all. Many napkins as you can get. Look at that. Ooh-wee. Oh my. And that's a New Orleans Debris Poboy. Here's for you, Dale. I'm gonna pretend I'm you. Ready? Let's take a bite. I feel like I've died and gone to heaven. Take another bite. So, there's nothing more naturally New Orleans than having a Dixie beer, which is recently reopened. I'll pop up one of those things. And make sure you get some Zapp spicy potato chips with it. And I gotta have a bite. Man, it's good. It's the only sandwich I know you could use a fork with, but I just use my fingers usually. Salute.